Okay, so now we're back to breaking down onto shooters. So when we close out, we're gonna break down about 5 feet away. This time the defender's quick, you read late, so you can't step this direction and trip them and foul them or let them get downhill. What you're gonna have to do is step at an angle and give 3 slides this direction, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down. Once he starts to attack, diagonal drop step with 3 slides. I'm gonna go 51 direction. We're also gonna go 50 the other direction. Make sure you give yourself a good drop step to play your angles and cut off drivers. So now we remember going through the legs and making sure we stay low as we go through the legs. Now what we're gonna do is actually dribble and see if we can go through the legs really low. So we're gonna have to bend at the knees when we go through the legs. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna get from one hand to the other a lot quicker, which means you're gonna handle the ball better just by playing the game lower. It's a lot easier to go through the legs here than it is to go way up here and the ball has to wait to get to your hand. So let's play this game low and let's use the drills that we've already put in. Obviously, whatever you do at your left, do at your right. We're gonna go between the legs again. And make sure we're staying low and we do a total of 50 reps minimum. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dribble and attack, we're gonna retreat, and once we retreat and relieve the pressure, now we're gonna jump into our hip swivel and go between the legs and change direction. So we're gonna use both cones, and you're instinctively, because you're going both ways, gonna work left and right hand together. So we'll start off with the hip swivel into it between the legs. Now let's make sure we do 50 each side and let's master this drill. All right, we're back to our pocket dribbles. We're gonna do 50 reps. Knees bent, hip height. Get your 50 reps in. 50 with the left, 50 with the right. And then do 50 again with your weak hand. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack, we're gonna do our pullback, and like a hockey stop, that's the quickest way to stop. We're gonna retreat, and then we're gonna open up into a hip swivel and through the legs. We're only gonna need 1 cone, and we're just gonna keep going on opposite sides of this 1 cone. So, let's stop like a hockey player, retreat, open up, and then I go between the legs. Now I've done 50 on one side, I'm gonna go 50 on the other. Stop like a hockey player. 50 on the left. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into our closeouts. And now this closeout is gonna have to be a little faster. You close out, maybe you close out a little too hard, the player takes off, and now we need to cross step and run in front and make them change directions one more time. So as we close out, we still break down 5 feet away. The defender's super quick, gets away from you, you have to stop, sprint, and then open up. So I'm gonna close out, sprint. Remember, my first step is a real big crossover step. So we're gonna go 50 that direction, we're gonna go 50 the other direction. Close out. $50 both ways. Make sure you can do your closeouts, all directions and speeds. Okay, so remember, we're about to do our behind the back on the move drills. Now, we've done drills where we go behind the bend of the knee to force us to stay low, especially on behind the back. So I put my bands at the front so they're a little bit tighter so we could execute the behind the back move. Now also, keep in mind, I have the cones really tight to stay in frame, but when you're practicing at home, you can spread these cones out to fit your skill level. Remember, you're staying really low on your behind the back dribbles. Okay, and remember, you're gonna do 50 reps. Now, if you have the length of the court, I would do my 50 straight all the way down without any breaks. Now remember, make sure you can modify these drills to fit your skill set. So if you only can do 2 behind the backs back to back, do that. Once you're able to do 3 and 4, and once you're able to go the full length of the court, that's one way to measure and see progress. All right, 50 each side. Okay, so now we're gonna do our retreat dribbles. We're gonna hip swivel and go behind the back and get back to the center of the court. This is gonna be a continuity drill. We're gonna go 50 reps. So when I first dribble, I dribble up to the cone. There's nothing there for me. Maybe there's a trap. Maybe this is half court and I'm not ready to cross it yet. Whatever the situation, I need to retreat. I open up into a hip swivel so I can choose either direction, and then I go behind the back. Okay. And make sure we do 50 reps each side. So now we're doing our pocket dribbles. We're gonna go 50 with the left. Make sure you pull hip height, 50 with the right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack. We're gonna stop like a hockey player. We're gonna retreat, and then go behind the back, attack again. Okay, each time we go, as we stop, whether it's a crossover snatch back, behind the leg snatch back, or behind the back snatch back, each one gets my foot to stop like a hockey player immediately, and then that's gonna buy me ground. Retreat, hip swivel, behind the back again. All right, here we go. Now let's make sure we do 50 on each side. Really get some good retreat dribbles to separate from your defender and get into your hip swivel attack.